welcome back to the poker vlog. I'm here in New England. I am in the city of Nashua, New Hampshire, going to play at Boston Billiards. I've been here quite a few times. This is where I've kind of gotten a lot of looks at playing 1-2 no limit. I want to play PLO today. I'm on the PLO list. I feel better about playing PLO generally, so hopefully I run good, but let's just look over here. This is Boston Billiards. This is the parking lot. And we're pulling in here, already on the list. And no longer in Vegas. We're in New England, which is where there's a lot of poker action, mainly in New Hampshire. There's quite a few rooms in New Hampshire. And they spread all kinds of stakes all the way up to 510. So yeah, come down here if you want to play. And I just want to go in there and let's get some hands going. We played a session of PLO at Boston Billiards in New Hampshire, and it went good. It was worth the trip. I'm glad I came up here. I will be staying up here for almost a week, similar to Las Vegas, where I was up there for quite a while. And I'm here at the park, and this is New England. You know, New England is a lot of woods, a lot of lakes and rivers, stuff like that. And it's autumn. No more 115-degree weather. So yeah, I played Boston Billiards, and the session went pretty good. It lasted quite a while. I played for almost 9 hours. I was up and down from the chair quite a bit, but it went good. Had a winning session. I won over $200. I was in the game for actually $1,100, and I cashed out enough so that my profit was $224. So it could have been worse. The session could have been worse. I was stuck for quite a while, and you know, I sat down at the 1-2 table and the 1-3 table waiting for my spot in the game, and you know, nothing really went my way. It was just whatever. Lost a little bit there. And then PLO, same thing. You know, I lost some races. I lost with King, Queen, Jack, Jack, double suited. That was all in pre-flop. And of course, it was this older gentleman, and he had aces, and I lost that. Just, we could only run it once in that pot, and that was a little tough. That's kind of a race. I knew he had aces, but it was just a weird thing where I had raised pre-flop. Like, he opened the pot and I raised up to $50 total, and I was thinking, like, if he has aces, like, I don't think he's actually gonna pot it with aces, because he was playing really tight and stuff, so I didn't think he would pot it. And so he did pot it pre-flop, so I paid. And nothing really went my way. And then the final hand I played of the session, I had flop top pair with the diamond draw. I had the jack, pair of jack with the ace queen of diamonds, and I went all in on the flop. And the guy I was up against, heads up, I'm not sure what he had, but we ran it twice, and I hit a straight, and then I hit a flush. So I won both runouts, and so I ended up having a winning session. So that was PLO, and I'm glad I got back into the PLO streets, because I stayed away from it in Vegas because the stakes are pretty high in Vegas, and also I just wasn't confident about how I would play, because I was so out of practice playing PLO. But I went back to the online games, and I got some practice in. And I guess it was worthwhile. I mean, it's only one session, and I have 5 more sessions I plan on playing up here in New Hampshire. So just have to keep the run good going. I think I have to drift between, 1-2 no limit and PLO. I'm only sticking with 1-2 no limit, I think, because I don't want to play higher stakes, because these casinos up here in New Hampshire, they close at like 1 in the morning. So if I play 2-5 or 1-3 and I get stuck, then it's possible I won't be able to grind out a winning session, because I only have what seems to be like a few hours to play. So and I want to use my time very wisely, because you're limited to how much you can play per day, closing at 1 a.m. and I did make the trip up here, so I do want to win some monies. I think, yeah, 1-2 is okay. I'll play some 1-2 when I'm waiting for games to open up, and then try to play these PLO games. I hope I don't run into any real good crushers. And PLO, I think my strong suit is I play good pre-flop, like I know hand selections. And my post-flop play yesterday was pretty good. I guess I could say the only real mistake I made was maybe that pre-flop hand, King, Queen, Jack, Jack. I possibly should have just flatted pre-flop and then just saw the flop and then gotten away from the hand later. But I just didn't expect this older guy to just blast off with aces, but he did. So who knows? And I did run a couple bluffs in PLO, so that was good. I have my hand reading post flop is pretty decent, so we got some bluffs through. So yeah, we're gonna get back in there today. Boston Billiards. I plan on branching out to another casino tomorrow. PLO session in Nashua, and it went okay. I actually lost, and just disappointing. Lost a little over $600, and it was a long session. At one time I was up maybe like 700, or maybe less than that, maybe 500, but I was up at one point, and then I got caught up in a big pot, and it was just too bad. I flopped top 2 pair. This was like, it might have been a $2,000 pot actually. This was a big pot. But this is PLO, so the pot, we did get it all in on the flop. It was like a 3-way all in. It might have been 2,000. It might have been bigger than $2,000 pot. And I flopped top 2 pair. It was like, the board was like 5-9-3. Very dry, 5-9-3, 2 hearts. I flop top 2 pair. I hold ace 5-9, and with 2 pair, 5-9, ace. I might have even had a heart in my hand, but it did not hold up. A guy to my left hit a straight. I think he had like an open-ended straight and a flush draw. So it was like it was a race. It was a race, and lost that pot. So disappointing, and just an up and down session where I ended up losing. It was tough. It was a tough session. I had 2 guys to my left who were running really good, and they were playing super aggressive. So it was a little tough that I never really got to run really pure, get a good rush of cards. And overall, I didn't actually play that good, because I made a couple tight folds where I could have won a couple big pots. I made folds that were a little too tight, but it was confusing because of just how aggressive 2 guys to my immediate left were and how good they were running. So it got a little confusing. I lost 600. It could have been worse, just because I had 2 guys to my left who just running so good that it could have been a lot worse. And towards the end of the session, I was only stuck a couple $100. And then like the last hand of the session, I got coolered, and so I ended up losing 600 for the session. So yeah, I didn't play too good, but it's hard to really beat myself up over it, just because, like I said, I ended up being only stuck a couple hundred. I ran it all the way back mostly, but then it just kind of, I gave a lot of it back because I just had a sick hand, like the last hand of the session. So, but we're up here in New Hampshire, and we're playing at Seabrook, trying to play there today. I think I'm only going to play 1-2 no limit, because I really only want to grind out just a profit for today. 1-2 no limit, and then possibly play PLO if the game is running, and just have to see how I like how the cards run out. So yeah, this is New Hampshire, and I'm about to go play some golf. And thanks for tuning.